fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline. And fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to bring you episode number 2 of Frontline Flashback. That's right, fans. Now, in case you missed episode number 1, this series is basically about us, the Frontliners, catching up on maybe some stories that we missed or some comics that we never tried out. And if it captures our attention, we want to bring it to your attention. So, in this episode, I'm going to be reviewing X-O Manowar issue number 2 as I'm catching up on this series and trying to get current on it. This book is written by Robert Venditti, and the artwork on this issue is done by Gary Nord, colors Moose Bauman. I think this book's artwork is pretty good, but it lacks the detail in certain elements, in certain panels. I think the emotional expressions is what I'm missing from this series, so I can really get immersed in this book, so I can get, really deep into it. However, the story is wonderfully written. I really enjoyed issue number 1, and there's some cool action scenes, and it definitely, holds you at the edge of your seat while you're reading the actual book. So, now I talked about the artwork. What's the story about? This time around with X-O Manowar, we got to see Eric, who is a king of his army. He thought that this alien race called the Vine was a bunch of Romans, and they wound up getting captured, and they wound up going into space, and that's the way it is right now. They just got captured by alien people, and he's got to try to escape from there. And he's been held captive in this cage for a few days now, and he's just fantasizing about, being back at home, being with his wife, and being with his people. And we find out that in the beginning stages of when he first got captured, what he's doing there, and he's basically a slave in these like slave camps that build these crops, and he's planting these. They're having them plant these seeds that cause them their offspring and weird stuff like that. But Eric is very headstrong, and he doesn't obey, and he is adamant about getting out and breaking free. It also costs him his hand in the actual issue, which was a pretty intense moment. But the cool thing is that we find out that he's not in there for days, or he's in there for weeks, or if he's in there for months. You see that years has passed by, years, and these guys have been getting punished and doing the same thing each and every day. But at that same time, they're really planning their attack to try to get out of where they're at right now and get back home. So what happens is they wind up getting a map of the area. They wind up working out a map, gathering a small rebellion, and when the opportunity arose, what happens is they were going to create a distraction and escape. And you wind up seeing that in this particular issue. You wind up seeing the alien creature come across somebody, and then the rebellion winds up attacking one of the aliens, and then they all wind up escaping to their prisons. The goal is to get to the armory to get their weapons, to overthrow the Vine, and then to get back to where I guess they need to get back to. And you get to see a whole bunch of action going through here, heads being sliced off, people being stabbed. And by the time you wind up getting to the end of this issue, there was only a handful of the rebellion left, but nonetheless, they come across the armor suit that eventually, which is very predictable in issue, finds Eric worthy of wearing the suit. And at first you think that he's not worthy, that it suffocates him and it's going to kill him, but it looks like since he stood up to this alien race and he was able to prevail to get to this point, it finds him worthy, and it disintegrates the rest of the alien race in this room, and you get to see him standing there with his armor on for the first time. So what did I think about this particular issue? I'm really enjoying X-O Manowar. I'm glad I went back to this series and gave it a try. People have said good things about it, and I really am enjoying it. I think that the action scenes are really good, very suspenseful. I don't think maybe there was great character interactions here, but this book, again, provided a lot of action here, and I love seeing the quest to the armory for Eric to get that actual X-O Manowar suit. I thought that was really neat. Even though it was very predictable, it was cool seeing that quest on how he got there. Now it'll be interesting to see how he really continues his battle against Divine, who his allies will be. Will he get back to Earth? And that's all very intriguing stuff. So I think Robert Vendetti's done a great job with this book. I can't wait to read issue number 3. And guys, leave me your comments below. Tell me what you think of X-O Manowar. Has this changed your mind? Maybe you might want to go back and buy this series. And guys, don't forget to check us out every Tuesday night. 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Comic Frontline Live, where we talk about our top 5 comics of the week, all the comics news for the week, and a whole bunch more, guys. So, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline, and until the next comic review, this is Mike Spider Slayer signing off, and thanks for watching, fans.